Hello, my Rotary family. Early one morning, I opened the window shades of my hotel room, and there in front of me was Mount Fuji. Nick and I arrived in Tokyo the night before, and I had spent the last few hours with only the light of my computer screen working on this address. I had no idea what my morning view was going to be. Later that day, I spoke with the local governor, and she recalled from history books how Paul Harris had once visited, and regrettably, the fog had obstructed his view. Fortunately, this fall day was crystal clear, and so we continued sighting the lightly dusted top as we raced on the bullet train many miles across the countryside. In Japanese culture, Mount Fuji is a place of good fortune. I knew this was a good sign, not for me personally, but for Rotary. Can you feel it? There's a new spirit spreading throughout the hall, through our clubs, across the borders, and our boundaries. And over the past few months, Nick and I have met the most exceptional people. People of influence, people of purpose, people of action. There is a drum beat that keeps playing over and over, a kind of metaphorical lyric that says, the more that we are different, the more that we're the same. We all want to be loved, to be heard, to provide for our families and to elevate our friends and neighbors in our own communities and in our world beyond. And so, we're back to a beginning. And that's why this is my favorite time of the Rotary year. We begin again with a new theme and new leadership prepared to take on exciting new tasks. But it's bigger than that. And if we keep the momentum going, we know, each and every one of us, there is no limit to what we can accomplish together. I have witnessed it all year, and I feel it in the room even right now. Every single time I connect with our members, your optimism shines. And more importantly, you know that you're valued and that your experiences, they matter to our organization. There is a sense that we can arrive right now as our true, authentic selves, amplifying that diverse perspective is our superpower. It's what separates us from other organizations and makes us unique. I hear it from members who have arrived at our doorsteps and now see themselves reflected. Our younger Rotary members and so many more who never quite felt fully seen. They approach me and express just how powerful this moment is for them and how much they feel that they belong in Rotary. I too feel it when I'm out in the world with non-Rotary members and people tell me how they see Rotary in a new light. And some of those people want to join with us as well. They want to be part of our movement. And the funny thing about this is these moments, isn't that how it's supposed to be? Not having to explain who we are and being recognized as a relevant, dynamic, vibrant organization who people want to join as members, as partners, as friends. I had those connections in mind earlier this week when Gordon talked about his wonderful plan to expand mental health access across our Rotary world. How many people want to belong, want to be seen, to be heard, want to have someone ask that simple two-part question that he posed? How are you? How really are you? Well, it's our job to lead, It's also up to us to embody the kind of empathetic leadership that we hope to inspire in others. And sometimes the best way to lead someone is to show support and help bring them into their full potential. There has been an interesting tapestry of quotes from Maya Angelou that have been shared this week. As a poet, a civil rights activist, she's gifted us in many ways of looking at life. And one of my own personal favorites, and I know it's past President Barry's too, is the following: I've learned that people will forget what you've said. They will forget what you did, but they will never forget how you made them feel. We spend so much energy trying to help the world, ending polio, cleaning up the environment, bringing hope and life to communities that need it most. And we have every right to be incredibly proud of all of our accomplishments. But imagine if we could harness that same energy to take care of each other. How could anyone resist us? And by the way, I adore the way that President nominee Stephanie refers to this phenomenon of making our clubs irresistible. It's a spirit that's built on love. And one of the best ways that we can show love and respect for each other is to do everything that we can to help each other succeed. Because our success is Rotary's success. This will require us to do important things that may take many years to bear fruit. And just like the Indian proverb says, blessed is he who plants trees under whose shade he will never sit. Our new focus on mental health in Rotary is a perfect example. Not only will this approach take some time to do it right, it also builds upon what we've been talking about over the past few years, focusing on the comfort and care of our members. We need to keep our members. And our focus on comfort and care is about creating the best possible membership experience, making sure that all of our members are fully engaged in their clubs, in our clubs, and quite honestly, that they fall in love with their Rotary experience. Last year, I pledged to continue the Empowering Girls initiative and to expand it to empowering women. I'm very pleased to see that President Gordon has chosen to continue this effort for another year. Empowering girls is not a trend. And as we heard earlier this week, it's about unlocking inherent talents. We've set a goal for Rotary membership to achieve 30% female membership by the end of this Rotary year. Not because we need women in Rotary. Yes, please clap for that. And I want you to clap for the next sentence too. Not because we need women in Rotary, but because we need talented, successful women who just happen to be incredible leaders. We have a few percentage points to achieve this target, and I do need your help. Please look around you and unlock and unleash the power in someone you know who will serve brilliantly. Diversity, equity, and inclusion has been displayed beautifully this week, and yet we still have work to do there. This too is going to take time and focus to live this authentically. I'm so proud of the steps that we have taken, and as this effort so powerfully aligns with our core values, we're going to take steps forward in a brilliant way. And one other thing that I would like to see us continue to build upon is the recent momentum to do something that's very close to my heart. the sharing of Rotary stories. When I asked the Rotary world last year to imagine Rotary, part of it was through the lens of the Imagine Impact Tour. I promised to shine a spotlight on some of our organization's greatest successes. Now I ask all of you to continue to tell our stories about our lives, about our members, about our communities, about our clubs. Stories connect us with one another. And please allow me to share one final, very personal story. As a 20-something news anchor, I was preparing for my daily report. I was clicking away at my typewriter, and I felt very good about what I was about to share. I stepped into my news booth and I sat down. And for some reason, I began to feel panic. I couldn't get air. I felt like the room was closing in. I had no idea what was happening, and I feared more than anything that I couldn't speak, that I would embarrass myself. The only thing that I could do at that point was pretend that I couldn't stop coughing, something that would explain my situation. Like Aniela, she told us yesterday, I too felt that perhaps I was having a heart attack. It was horrible. The mayor of my city called to see if I was okay. My friends wondered what happened. I went to the hospital. You know what the doctor said? You just need to take a day off. I will never forget my anger. A day off? Who are you to tell me that something just didn't happen to me? It took me years to realize that this was part of life. And for some reason, at that moment, I was overwhelmed. I just didn't know what was happening. I wish so much that a fairy godmother could have appeared at that moment to tell me the future. But no, it was life and living that helped me understand that I wasn't alone. Every one of us has experienced times in our life where we feel overwhelmed. And those flood of feelings can make us question our mental health. I want to thank Gordon. So grateful for making this a priority. On behalf of Aniela and Philip and Freddie and me, who felt safe to share our deepest and most personal stories with all of you this week. President-elect Gordon, you have no idea what a gift you have given to our Rotary family. And as we place this new emphasis on mental health, Rotary moments can be knowing that no matter how hard your challenges may be, there are people in your club, in your life, that aren't going to let you fail. These moments matter. If we can capture this new spirit, build upon what's begun, and do everything that we can to make our clubs a place of warmth, comfort, and growth, there is no limit to what we can achieve together. You are the leaders who will champion the next year. You will create an environment where we can all be our best selves. Make sure that you look out for those who need your help. And perhaps most importantly, as we all know, be good to yourselves. Last year during this meeting, I shared a thought that you don't imagine yesterday, you imagine tomorrow. If you think about hope, the same theory applies. Hope is about the future. It is about unleashing all of the possibilities and illuminating a beacon of hope for all of us. As I said, you are the leaders who will create hope in the world as you exit these doors and as you ignite the world. Thank you.